So, have you ever looked up at a plane and wondered what it takes to fly for one of the biggest and best airlines on the planet? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on exactly that. We're going on a deep dive into the whole journey of becoming an Emirates pilot, from their massive global talent search right down to the nitty-gritty of life in the cockpit.
All right, here's what we've got on our flight plan. First, we'll look at their global hunt for pilots. Then, the part you're probably waiting for, the amazing tax-free pay and perks. After that, we'll get into the really strict flight hour requirements, the stuff you need to have. We'll then walk you through the intense 2-day assessment in Dubai. And finally, we'll get real about what the job is actually like, based on what pilots themselves have to say.
Okay, let's kick things off with the global pilot hunt. So why is Emirates on such a massive hiring spree all of a sudden? Well, it really boils down to two things: massive growth and even bigger ambition. At its core, this is all about expansion. See, Emirates has a gigantic order for new planes, including a whole fleet of Airbus A350s and Boeing 777Xs. And you can't fly all those shiny new jets without pilots, right? So they're searching literally every corner of the globe to find the best of the best. And when I say global, I mean it. Just look at this list. Their recruitment roadshow is hitting 20 different cities across 17 countries. We're talking major European hubs like London and Frankfurt, all the way to key cities in Asia like Singapore and Hong Kong. They are casting a seriously wide net here. Now, let's get to the part everyone's curious about: the reward. What makes this job so irresistible that pilots from all over the world are jumping at the chance? Let me tell you, it's way more than just a big salary. It's a whole lifestyle. Okay, let's just start with the big, flashy number. For the most experienced captains, the ones on their accelerated command program, the potential total package can hit a whopping $260,000 a year. And get this, it's completely tax-free. Yeah, a number like that definitely gets your attention.
So how does that break down? This is where it gets really interesting. This table shows the monthly take-home for everyone from first officers to captains. Let's just take one example: a first officer flying the A380 or the 777. You're looking at over $12,000 every single month, tax-free. And that figure includes a housing allowance, although Emirates can also just give you company-provided accommodation straight up.
But honestly, the salary is just the start. The benefits package is huge. There's a generous education allowance for your kids, 42 days of annual leave, top-notch insurance. They even have a potential for an annual profit-sharing bonus. This whole package isn't just designed for the pilot. It's designed to set up their entire family for a great life in Dubai. Of course, to get a package like that, you gotta have the experience. Emirates standards are incredibly high, and it all begins with your flight hours. So the big question is, do you have the right stuff? You've basically got two ways in. For the first officer role, you need a minimum of 2,000 hours on jets, and you have to be type-rated, which is just a fancy way of saying you're certified to fly specific planes, like a modern Boeing or an Airbus with that fly-by-wire digital control system. If you've got over 4,000 hours, you get an even better package. And then for the real veterans, there's the Accelerated Command Program. We're talking at least 5,000 total hours with 2,000 as a commander. This is your fast track to the captain's seat. So, you've got the hours, you're qualified on paper. Now comes the real test, the assessment in Dubai. And trust me, they call it a gauntlet for a very good reason. It is an intense, high-stakes process designed to weed out everyone but the absolute best. This thing is a grueling 2-day marathon. Day 1 kicks off with something called the Advanced Compass Test, a tough 90-minute computerized aptitude test, and then it's straight into the make-or-break simulator assessment. If you actually make it through Day 1, then Day 2 is all about intense medical checks at Emirates HQ, plus final document checks and external eye tests and x-rays. And when it comes to the medical side, they're not messing around. These standards are absolutely non-negotiable. There are several conditions here that are instant disqualifiers: a BMI over 30, any history of heart disease or epilepsy, an HIV-positive status, or even just old scarring on a chest x-ray. Any of these will make you ineligible. The bar is set incredibly high. Okay, but let's say you do it. You survive the gauntlet, you pass every test, and you get the job. What is life really like as an Emirates pilot? To get the real story, we dug into reviews from pilots who are flying for them now and those who've left. On one hand, you have pilots who absolutely love it. This former captain, for instance, talks about awesome leadership and a really positive company culture. They paint a picture of a dream job, flying a modern fleet, working with professionals, and getting amazing support for their family. But
that's not the only story you hear. For every glowing review, you find one like this. Another former captain describes a completely different world, one with a constant fear factor and a punitive culture. This really gets at the heart of the criticism you see from some pilots. And this table really lays it all out, the two sides of the same coin. The pros, they're amazing. You're flying the best planes on routes all over the world with great pay and family benefits. But the cons are just as real. Stories of a terrible work-life balance, being pushed to maximum duty times, rigid scheduling, and a sense that there's no real labor protection. So here's what it all comes down to. The rewards of this job are sky high, a tax-free life in a global city, flying the best planes to incredible destinations. But the demands, from the insane entry requirements to the tough work culture some people describe, might be even higher. So the ultimate question for any pilot out there is this: do the rewards outweigh the demands? Is this your dream job?
Dreaming of flying across the world? Not just India, but Paris, London, Dubai. An EASA license is your passport to global skies. Recognized in 31 countries and accepted by airlines wide. Train in Europe with modern aircraft, multicultural exposure, and the world's highest safety standards. And yes, you can always convert back to DGCA if you choose to return. Confused about costs, universities, or visa process? We're here to help for free. Hurry! Click the link below to register for your free one-on-one consultation today. Limited seats available. Your global cockpit awaits.